Hey there, welcome to the Not Just Momma Podcast, the show where we talk about building businesses, chasing dreams, raising little yous, and keeping it real through all the chaos. We're diving into mindset, motivation, and all things mompreneur life, all while microwaving our coffee for the 20 millionth time. I'm your host, Heather Madsen, a dream-chasing mompreneur who knows exactly what it's like to juggle big ambitions with a million daily tasks. Because let's be honest, we're not just moms. We're wives, we're partners, we're daughters, friends, creators, dreamers, and so much more. And just because we're raising little tiny humans doesn't mean we have to put our dreams on the back burner. We deserve to chase them, build something incredible, and make a difference, all while being amazing moms. So go ahead and nuke that coffee once again and get comfy, because we're diving in. Hey there, and welcome to the Not Just Momma Podcast. So today's episode is maybe something you've been curious about for a while, especially if you've been toying with the idea of starting or growing your online business, and you keep hearing phrases like show up consistently or create content or post every day. And you're like, okay, but where do I start? Does that sound familiar to you? If you've ever wondered what kind of content you should be creating, or if you're stuck between trying to keep up with social media and secretly wishing you could build your business without dancing in front of a camera, this episode is for you. So today I want to talk about the two types of content that you can use to start building that magical know, like, and trust factor with your audience. And that's short form content or long form content. And by the end of this episode, I really hope that you'll be able to decide which one actually fits you the best for your personality, your lifestyle, and your energy in general. Now, I have to tell you, I really struggled with this for several years. I used to think that I had to do it the way everyone else in the world was doing it. And that meant posting constantly on Instagram, jumping on trends, showing up in stories, trying to be bubbly and always on. And it quite literally burned me out. It just didn't feel like me, and it felt like I had to make a performance every day. And it actually, to the point, made me stop because it was just so uncomfortable. And I stopped for a while to think about what was best for me and what I actually wanted to do and how I wanted to grow my business. And I don't know about you, but I'm tired of being told I just need to show up more. Eventually, I gave myself permission to try something different, okay, after sitting for a while with myself and thinking about how I really wanted to build my business. And that's when I started this podcast. And let me tell you, this space, it feels like me, and I get to speak freely and connect deeper with you and just really pour into people who actually want to listen, okay? You wouldn't be finding this podcast unless I actually shared it with you or if you typed in special keywords, okay? We all want audiences that actually belong in our world. So if you've been feeling torn or unsure, I want you to know you have options. There's no one size fits all with content creation, and you can really choose the kind of content that reflects who you are. And that's where the magic really happens, okay? So let's start with short form content, okay? And this is what most of us see all the time. So I want you to think Instagram Reels, TikToks, which I have never been on TikTok, but I know a lot of people use that for their content. Instagram stories, quick value packed posts or emails, and basically anything that's fast to consume, okay? Usually in a minute and 30 seconds or less. And this type of content, the short form content, is made to grab attention really fast. So we're talking about the kind of content that makes someone stop scrolling through Facebook or Instagram. It's usually fun, it's flashy, it's really bite-sized, and it can absolutely help you grow your audience pretty quickly. So I want to briefly go over some of the pros and cons of short form content. Okay, so the pros, you're basically meeting people where they already are. We know there are tons of people on social media. It's very rare to not see somebody on social media. And there are a lot of people online in this world. So your stuff will eventually have a lot of eyeballs on it. Another pro is when done consistently, you can expand your reach very quickly. It's also great for extroverts or people who really love being in front of the camera and showing their personality through that lens. So now let's go over some cons of short form content, okay? You have to post a lot to stay visible, sometimes daily or even twice a day. I see a lot of people posting twice a day, and I don't know about you, but that just seems like a lot of work to me. And that's completely what turned me off. The content really has a short shelf life, okay? It might disappear in 24 hours or so and get buried in feed, okay? Basically, your content is only visible to new people for such a short amount of time. Um, Short form content can feel like a full-time job just to constantly be creating and making new visuals and videos and captions and hashtags. You really have to think about like the time it takes to create that and put something like that together, or just filming video in general, okay? But if you're energized by showing up in real time and you love being in front of the camera and you love creating videos and content like that, short form might be a great fit for you. Okay. So now let's talk about long form content, the kind of content that lets you go deeper, share more, and just really nurture your audience over time. Okay. And when we talk and think about long form content, I want you to think of things such as podcast episodes like this, blog posts, YouTube videos, or just long form emails or newsletters that are put out once a week. So let's go over the pros and cons of using long form content. And I'm telling you, long form content can be very powerful. It gives you the space to share your full thoughts, your full stories, and your expertise on something. It builds trust over time because people get to hear your voice or read your content in full, not just in a minute and 30-second bursts where you can't fit everything you want to share in. It's more evergreen, meaning it lives on long after you hit publish. So, for example, a blog post from 2 years ago can still be found and helpful today. And with long form content, you don't need to post every single day. Once a week or even bi weekly can work. All right, let's go over the cons. It takes longer to grow an audience with long form alone because it's not as viral, okay? It's not as in your face as social media. You most likely will still use social media sometimes to just promote your blog or your podcast or YouTube channel, right? But in my experience and my observance, I really see people using Pinterest to lead prospects to their long form content, such as your website where you host your blog or a podcast or a YouTube channel. And really, Pinterest is a long term game. It's kind of the same way that long form content works, okay? And with Pinterest, you have to post pins consistently for 6 to 12 months to start seeing traction. And I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, well, that kind of sounds like social media posting where I have to post every day. Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you that creating and posting pins to Pinterest is so much easier and faster than creating content for social media posts. I mean, you can literally create 20 beautiful pins in 10 to 15 minutes, and that's it. Voila, check, it's made, it's done, and it's ready to go. And the descriptions can be very fast as well. All you really have to do is tweak a few words and make sure you have keywords in there so people can find you. Another con of long form content is it might feel a bit slower to gain traction. Okay. It might feel like, oh, I'm not getting anywhere. This isn't working for me. When am I going to see people come? Well, like I said, 6 to 12 months using Pinterest, it really works. But I have to say, all in all, that long form content is a beautiful option for people like me, people who are introverts, thinkers, and storytellers. It's great for people who just want to create meaningful content that lasts a long time, years to come, right? And who maybe don't want to show their face on camera every day. It also gives you real connection with your listeners or readers, as it will develop a much deeper connection than a short video on social media. So, with just me going over this briefly, which one do you think is right for you? And here's how I like to break it down. Short form content helps you get discovered. It grabs attention. It's like the hey, I'm here wave in a crowded room, okay? But long form content builds trust. It's where you have real conversations. It's sitting down with someone and letting them get to know you. And when they really get to know you, that's when your audience starts moving from total stranger to buyer, okay? But here's the most important thing I want you to hear today out of all of this. You do not have to do both, at least not at first if you don't want to. So, if the idea of making reels makes your stomach turn, don't do it. If you can't imagine writing blog posts every week or it feels daunting and such a big task for you, that's okay too. Don't do it. Start with the one that feels like the least resistant to you and most like something you could stick with long term, okay? And just to be clear, neither one is better than the other. It's not about what's right, it's about what's right for you. Okay. You are allowed to create a business and build your audience on your terms. Plus, when you show up as your authentic self, people will connect more with you, whether you're creating social media posts every day or choosing to share your knowledge once a week. Either one is fine. So let's do a quick recap. Short form is fast, fun, and grabs attention. It's great for social media and extroverts. Long form is slower to grow, but it builds deeper and stronger trust with your audience. And it's great for introverts and evergreen growth. You don't need to do it all. Just start with the one that feels good to you, that you know you'll actually enjoy doing, and it won't burn you out. Okay? So, what will it be for you? Are you feeling called to start a blog, launch a podcast, or finally hit publish on that YouTube video idea you've been sitting on? Or maybe you're ready to play around with reels, stories, short posts on all the social media platforms. Either way, I'm cheering you on. The only wrong choice is not starting at all. So if this episode helped you get some clarity today, I'd love for you to send me a quick email and let me know if you are team short form or team long form. And if you haven't yet, hit subscribe and leave a quick review. It helps so much and lets me keep bringing more episodes like this your way. You can also subscribe to my newsletter where I share tips, encouragement, any special things going on, and things I don't always share here on the podcast. All the links will be in the show notes below. Until next time, remember, you're not just a mama, you are a powerhouse in the making. And if all else fails, just survive till bedtime.